All right, so 7 o'clock. So we'll kick off the meeting. So welcome everyone for the attendance for the July 23rd Zoning Board of Appeals. We have one area variance on the agenda tonight. Before we get started with that one, everyone received the June 11th meeting minutes.
Yep.
Do we have any, I guess, does anyone want to make a motion or have any changes for those minutes?
I'll motion to approve.
Motion for approval. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right,
Got it.
cool. All in favor of that?
Aye.
All right, so the area variance application we have tonight is the Ainsworth area variance. I guess, do we have a motion to open the public hearing
I
for this?
move that we open the public hearing on the Ainsworth variance.
All right, a second?
Second.
All right, David. All right, all in favor of that?
Aye.
All right, so David and Teresa Ainsworth are here. 1680 West Bloomfield Road. They have an application for installation of a ground mounted solar array. I didn't catch your name earlier, but I think you were Jesse. Okay, Jesse, if you would like to come on up, give us an overview of the project. I will waive the whole reading of the thing as it was published in the Sentinel. So yes, everyone's familiar with the application and the location and everything.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So Jesse, if you want to just give us an overview of what they're looking to achieve and go forward with.
Sure. So we're proposing a residential scale ground mount solar system. It's not a field full of solar like you may have seen. We're talking about a small area that's going to be covered about 42 feet wide. To give you an idea of its scale on a nearly 10-acre property. We just happened to run into this variance issue because there's a tennis court on the property as well that took up some of the available space to meet the percentage rule for the space. It's going to be located kind of out in a field, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's not near anybody's house. It's kind of out and blocked by trees to the nearest neighbor.
Okay. How many panels in total for it? And what's the, like you said, 42 foot wide? What's the height of the?
It's about 8 feet high.
Okay.
At its highest point. We got 24 panels total.
The 8 feet height is, I'm assuming, along the northern rim, so it has a little more southerly tilt.
Yeah, it's tipped towards the south. It's a 25-degree pitch facing south.
So just my question, why that specific location on this property?
It's really to kind of get away from the house, essentially. It's a decent run, and it's got full exposure in that location.
So why away from the house? For aesthetics, for
I
sun?
guess, Teresa, if you want to answer that.
Yes, I'll keep it very brief. I'm previously an environmental scientist. I used to work for Public Service Academy in Mexico. I worked on environmental impact statements, considered an environmental scientist at the time, and we did public impact reviews of everything, including aesthetics, ground use, et cetera, et cetera. I wanted this to look like I wanted it to look. That is the aesthetics key with the nature of Mendon and the rural nature. We have 10 acres. Most of it's currently unfarmed, like pasture land and crop growing land. Turns out that where we situated the panels, it's not visible either from the neighbors to the north, anybody across the street, to the south. We have no neighbors to the north, and the neighbor to the west, it would only be, if anything, partially visible at the very top. So I did kind of like my own side work myself and shot photos and angles. We have several different rows of vegetation. One is that's what the pre-existing pond. I have mature cottonwood trees that obscure it even from our house. And then beyond our house to the south of that, I have a row of spruce trees I've planted. So it's basically obscured by pre-existing vegetation.
So primary aesthetics, I think they're beautiful, but you know, this one's kind of hidden.
What about your neighbor to the east, the long driveway that essentially borders this? Granted, it's on their property, not yours, but that's, the driveway goes to the house to the east of you?
Right behind
It's
it.
an easement on our property and it's far back.
That's way
Yes.
back.
Okay,
And I took photos of that as well to see how much, if any, would be visible from their property.
and what are the sight lines from that yard, that front house and front yard?
Yeah, I actually just went out and looked at it again today. So the sight lines going toward their house is below grade of this structure and there's a hill. So there's the top of the drumlin sinks down and then their property is below grade relative to that drumlin and the property where the installation will be.
He would see it driving in and out from his driveway,
But from his
but
house,
only from his driveway.
Did you ever explore any options up near that barn? Near the tennis court area, up in there?
we explored the history of the roof on the house is not great owing to the way the house was constructed initially.
No, not the roof,
Yeah, not roof, just explore
still,
putting that,
Yeah.
Still a ground mount.
yeah, up near that barn, tennis court, anywhere up in that area?
That would be a consideration.
Down
We
here.
looked at it. It is actually more visible to both the neighbors.
Trying to get my,
instead of up
There,
here,
because it's
down
up
here,
on the
back behind their barn.
I mean, technically it can be there. It's just a matter of the,
It could be, I think it would be much more visible to our neighbors if it was up there,
Which neighbor?
both of them. Because the barn is the highest point of elevation right there. It's practically at the top of the drummer. And that was actually where Jesse initially recommended we site it. But I thought it would be more visible rather than less. But that's not a squeal or deal, you know.
Yeah, I think would be less visible up in there. Based on what I see, I was out there a few days ago. Kind of tucked away. Cause there's a hedgerow to your south, it looks like,
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
citrus trees.
and then the property to the east has a row of trees. On their west side here,
Yes,
kind of on the. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the property to the east has, it looks like almost a couple of visual screens between your tennis court and barn and the primary structure of their house. Not necessarily, if you go well into their backyard, you would be able to see across to the back of your property. But it seems like either immediately on the north side of the barn or to the south side or east side of the barn, all give it better screening from the neighbor to the east. And looks like an equal or maybe less of a run for the electrical connection to the house. I know it looked like the land slopes gently up from that driveway bordering your north property line to the south property line. But if you've got panels on the mounts that you have them, it would seem that shouldn't.
we might have to do some grading in that area if it's because of the way it's sloped. It's not
the
that big a
current
deal.
property's flat. The current site is flat, whereas
Yeah.
that one is definitely sloped.
Yeah, I mean, from one property line to the next, it looks like it's only about a 40-foot difference in elevation over 500 plus feet
Because of the way it's pitched down towards the high end. So we would
toward the
have,
north end.
we would need to grade it to be within 1 foot of.
On the south side of the property, and I don't know how many degrees this is, but it's a moderate pitch. It's a pitch along there. Because we took out scrub vegetation when we bought the property, we had to reduce that.
What's the current setback from the driveway for those panels?
It's a lot. I don't know the exact number, but
This flat area looks like it's about where the barn is.
Kind of
50 feet.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I
Flatten it out with bars.
Well, I'd say at least.
They're just east of the barn.
yeah, it's not like it's approaching it.
Yeah, yeah.
Done close.
Taking for snow plowing.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah, we're not nowhere near.
these are
Gunther owns 10 feet from the from the edge of his driveway into our property, and he owns 10 feet on the other side.
Yep. Okay.
And then we would be
So
another
that would be the
10 or 12
east-west
feet,
dimension of it.
depending on what the code by from that. From his edge of his property.
It looks like where that your barn is located has been flattened out in the past for the barn.
Yes.
So to your point about grading, you already have some flattened area either immediately on the south side of the barn or to the east side of the barn. I don't know that it reduces your insulation, how much sun it's getting. Or
Can't be real
would
close-
get.
Too close to the barn for sure.
Well, you'd be on the south side of the barn as opposed to the north side of the barn might shadow it. The south side of the barn, it shouldn't.
Mhm.
There
I
is.
guess maybe I've got it backwards in my head.
So there's the barn. That yellow line is about your east-west dimension. That's 42 feet. And this profile that I drew,
Oh,
looks
bring
like
it all the way back here.
looks like
Okay.
that flat
I thought you were
area
trying
is
to get
the
to
area
to
around
this.
where the
Got
barn
it.
is located. Yeah, you can.
For what it's worth, and I'm not a soil scientist, the part that the barn is situated on was filled because that whole property is created at a pit like this.
Mhm.
So it was filled. So as far as soil stability, I would not think it's gonna be a stable.
You put the mount in with ground augers or,
Ground screws.
yeah, ground screws.
82 inch screws
Yeah.
or over 6 foot deep.
So they do that until it's got enough bearing capacity to support the structure that's going on top of it.
Yeah, so we gotta look at this shade of this tree.
Are the
That's a
tennis courts
shadow
still
of it.
operational?
Just have to make sure we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't know how to zoom on this thing, but
It
looks like there's a shadow right here. I'd rather be over here. So if this wasn't within
I'm
the
just thinking,
percentage
never
of
thought
the,
putting them on.
of the property, would,
if
it doesn't
it's not
matter where it
used for
goes? Like,
If there's a
put one
way
up,
to.
didn't happen to meet the percentage, you could put anywhere you want, right? Or within sidelines?
For minutes, why don't we wait?
It would probably
Sorry.
be, yes. But I considered that.
Plus then you'd have those poles, tennis court, virtually.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't operational and you didn't plan on bringing it back in.
Well, we kept it. But when we're gone and the next family moves in, maybe they love tennis.
I love tennis.
Sorry.
I was just curious, like in general, say this was just a permit without needing a variance because it's a percentage of the total property, allowance. Doesn't matter where you put it. Other than meeting the side,
Just your
limits of the
setbacks
property,
and-
yeah,
and
setbacks.
whatnot. It would not have, correct, but because it's the 0.14 above the 2% accessory structure coverage, it is, so.
Sure. I'm trying to understand the like
Sure.
need to like decide where it goes.
Yeah, and-
Without being obtrusive to.
No,
anyone,
no,
right?
it's all good. I'll also say, I think one of my next questions is, do we have any other public comment? And so, but to say we also did receive 2 emails from neighbors with objection to the location of it. So that was why I think some of the questions from the board is asking about alternative locations.
Sure, I wasn't aware of
for
that.
obstruction.
That makes sense.
So, so just, it's a question of, what conversations have also been had with neighbors as well about the project. And also, we want to make sure that we're that there's other options on where it could go, that we're exploring those.
Okay,
And trying to
understood.
look at that, so. Because based on both comments, the location is the specific objection that they've raised.
I haven't seen those letters. Did they offer alternatives or they just like, we don't want to see it? Kind of thing?
Just citing, just the location citing, and also that they haven't had any conversations about it, so.
one of the letters was generally a query about what's the nature of the project. They had only just learned about it. The other one, though,
And their inquiry was also like,
Yeah.
we don't want to see it.
yes, yes, they're good point.
So that was what it was.
There's a lot of like, scrutiny because people have in their minds these fields of solar
Sure.
that they're
Right.
thinking, oh, they're gonna fill this field with solar and it's
Right.
like this tiny little thing, smaller than a barn.
Do you guys have any other questions?
Well, just a reminder, so he had asked about, is it the area, so if the area of the panels is 615 square feet, it's 340 feet, 48 feet over that 2% threshold. You'd have to lose essentially more than half of the panels in order to get below the threshold that compelled Cory to deny your permit. So it's an option, decrease it to less than half the size. Then you're otherwise subject to the other zoning requirements.
Yeah, and the largest thing it's consuming is the tennis court today. You know, it's
Yeah.
Right.
Turn
almost
into a
7
pickleball court.
almost
Right.
7,000 square feet. So
Right.
that's the,
That's one of the key reasons you're in here. So what procedure from here?
I mean, if you guys don't have any other items to share it and no one else has any questions, we can discuss that. So
I guess. Boris has gone, like, is moving it, does that solve the problem? We can get ready to move forward? Is this a?
it doesn't change the, we would need to basically table it for now, receive drawings back where you're looking to put it. I think it would be best interest also to have conversations with the immediate neighbors to make sure that, you know, we're in good faith effort of making sure that they're aware it's impacting them as well. And that's one of our conditions, is looking at the impact of the neighborhood and the surrounding areas. So we want to make sure that that's also thought out. So but to just draw it, we wouldn't be able to, like, just to point here, that wouldn't really solve it for us, because we actually need to see, like, the original drawing that was submitted, just the placement for it.
So we'd be looking at least another month then to get on the next meeting schedule, to even attempt to try to
August
install
13th
this?
is our next one. Anything else from you guys, or? Okay, cool. So we'll talk about it as a board. We'll try to figure out if we want to, are you guys interested in looking at a different location? I kind of trying to read through your question earlier, so.
Sure, I mean, I personally don't care as the installer. I can put it just about anywhere.
Okay.
More concerned about the environment and.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would make sense to reach out.
Yeah.
Obviously, your eastern neighbor, and then, you know, that's probably your biggest opportunity, and just consider the location based on, your proximity to maybe the southern side of the barn area, so.
Yeah, where you place it, as long as it otherwise fits within the zoning requirements, it's really only the area that it's occupying. So pick a location that works for the project, but ideally works with a neighbor as well. And if you're willing to do that, we keep the hearing open, is that?
Yes, we would keep the public hearing open, and then we'd basically table it. until-
Revisit it when you next get on the calendar.
South of the barn will be much more visible to the neighbors to the south. That's like a whole property distance closer to the.
I don't think we're telling you where to put it.
Yeah.
We're suggesting look at alternate locations that,
But that's
thread the
right,
needle.
There's 10 acres.
yeah,
So if the eastern neighbor, I don't know, perhaps they just obstructionist in
You
general.
reference again, Gunther, Heiss would be.
So if they don't Send an approval letter, there's no chance.
They,
of
they may,
going forward?
not saying that, they may never approve, they may never agree to it.
Right,
but-
'cause sometimes
but
I've seen that, you know.
That's absolutely true, but you know, we want to at least make sure that you guys are trying to make good faith effort to have a good dialogue with it. So,
Understood.
um,
The emails are public record, aren't they?
Yep.
And they get copies of it.
I can forward you guys copies of them. We just received them today.
like
Oh, okay.
One
Yeah.
like an hour.
Yeah.
Go and
3 p.m. So, yes.
Not wired.
Yeah, and I didn't see them until I sat down here after I even said hello. So. Yeah, so it's something to consider. But yeah, I think. So I guess we would just need to make a motion to table it. Is that all we would need to do?
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone want to make that motion?
I'll motion that.
All right, we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll table that and then let you guys have that conversation. We'll put you on the agenda for the 13th.
All right,
So, cool.
good deal.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you very much. So do we have any general discussion for tonight? Think we have anything on the docket, so,
Chris, are you good with 3 applications on 13th?
yes,
Be a busy night.
absolutely. As long as there's not one later in the month, so. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Do we have, do we have sort of a new set of standard, not standard operating procedures, but meeting procedures coming up? I'd seen an email from Joe that the planning board's adopting some standard operating procedures. I don't know if that is cascading to
I haven't had any,
other boards. Okay.
you know, it's pretty much been the same for ever, for eons.
Yeah, yeah.
So, nothing that has been communicated.
And actually, it may have been the other way around,
Yeah.
that the planning board was updating and was looking to see what we have been using.
Nothing that I've been made aware of.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have 3 on the 13th. We'll reopen and continue this one. We have the Emmy interpretation appeal, and we also have the Stanton area variance. So, with that, and does anyone have anything else, or do you want to make a motion to close?
Can we still talk about clothes?
We can still talk about that, correct? Yeah, we can have just general discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd feel more comfortable if they had extended some type of conversations.
That's
with me. But even if that doesn't go anywhere, the way it's proposed, I'm fine.
The location is pretty open from, you can see it pretty well from.
Yeah.
From the road. I appreciate their neighbor's vantage point. The tennis court question was going to be a question I was gonna ask as well, just because
We're gonna go out and see.
we've been past a tennis court before for solar, and so, you know, it's a valid point to raise. So it was a good one, Jeff.
I think for me, the location. I'd like to see some kind of assurance that there won't be any glare, since they're gonna be sloping to the south. Where they are right now from their eastern neighbor's house, there could be a time of day where the sun's coming right through their window and reflecting off the panels. I think if they move them further south towards the barn, that might eliminate that potential.
Yeah.
And not having not stood on the neighbor's front porch, you don't really know what you're gonna see.
I guess as it pertains to or relates to the actual variance, which is the coverage, the accessory lot coverage. I don't have a problem with it exceeding the lot coverage.
Same.
It's just the location for me.
Yeah,
is
same here.
what it is.
Same here.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.